I,
Hi, everybody at the What's On It Elephant and Castle Facebook page. I am Nick from Retribe. There's Melissa from Retribe and Xihomara Granado or Zentner, whichever name she would like to choose today. But Xihomara, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
thank you very much for inviting me. Yes, I'm feeling happy. The sun is out and I'm part of, the community, and I'm talking to you, what is not to feel happy about today?
It is a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I went for a 2-hour hike this morning because of this weather. 2 hours from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It was glorious. Anyway,
where did you go
today? Sorry?
Where did you go?
Hampstead Heath. So maybe
Nice.
It's not a hike per se, but it was a good little walk my dog and I did.
2 hours is more than a little walk. It's a really big walk. Amazing. I'm jealous.
Oh, it just feels like spring and possibility today. It just feels like things can be okay. That's what today feels like. Things will be okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. Before we went live, Xihomara, you were telling me how you were actually missing going on the tube.
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. Oh, I'm sorry, am I crazy? I hope many people feel like me, because I actually dislike the tube. And I was telling Nick that I am a short person. And when the tube is packed and you go in, I am that person that are underneath, the tallest people arms,
Yeah.
and squeeze between, people's shoulders or backs or whatever, and I'm really stuff inside, all this crowd, and I was saying to him, I even missing that because it's been such a long time. I actually been at home for a full year now. This week it'll be a full year, so it's hard, and I think we're all starting to feel that it's too long. It's I liked it at the beginning. I cannot deny that not taking the tube and working from home and having lunch with my husband and my children was quite nice, and I have a sense of freedom some way somehow, but no, not any longer. Now I feel a recluse.
Yeah.
Xihomara.
Oh, sorry, Mel.
No, I'm just talking. Go on.
Xihomara, just so we've talked a little over maybe a couple of months ago now, and I know that Diana from the Elephant and Castle community got us in touch with you because of your involvement there. But can you explain to the viewers who you are, what you do, and what you do for the Elephant and Castle community?
Right. Okay. Yes, of course. But I am a born Colombian dancer, stroke lawyer. I've got a law degree that has been very much unused. But because the love of my life and the passion of my life, I've always been dancing, and I've been a folkloric dance and a teacher for a long time, and I was one of the first salsa teachers in London back in 1988, so it's been a long time. So I was very much at the beginning of the salsa scene. I work with my community a lot. I have organized a lot of festivals, or being part of festivals, whether it is in the South Bank or at the Barbican or internationally. We have been in festivals in Spain, in Malta, in Sweden, in Norway. So there's a lot of things that happen, and my love is my culture. My community is I'm Latino American, through the heart, a true Latino woman, completely in love with my culture, and I like to dissipate it, to inform people, to tell people, what an amazing culture we are. And that's been my life basically since I've been in England, which is quite a long time again. Like I arrived in 1987, believe it or not. So yes, it's been a long time since I've been in England, and I've been all the time working with the community. Recently, on the last few years, since the hub, because I was there at the opening at the hub at Elephant and Castle, when we could do presential classes, and I started to work with the hub doing some Latin aerobics, class, especially, for it was a class that was aimed for recent moms, people that wanted to get back back, into a little bit of not shape, I would say, because that's not the importance, but more look like a healthy, environment, or meeting with others. And because the place was quite big, the children could play around, and it was a very relaxing atmosphere. It was lovely. So I started to work with the hub, and then obviously, COVID happened. And what we're doing now is we do videos. We record our Latin aerobic videos that we post once a week. And I don't know, it's at the background you can hear, but it's actually the recording is going on just right now. So you actually, you all get quiet.
I hear it.
You might be able to hear the salsa playing at the back.
Yeah.
And Ariana, who's my dance partner, she will be there, telling everyone what to do. So at this particular moment, we're recording it. Ariana is doing it, today all by herself while I am with you.
Oh.
So yes, it's been successful, and people have received us, with open arms and great comments. It's been a lovely time and a lovely emotion and sensation, and this feeling that you're giving something to the community, and the community is responding well. Yes.
Beautiful. Done.
Beautiful.
Done.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. See you, man.
I knew I would, after our chat, I knew that you've also, your wonderful energy and what you do is really, really important. But I want to kind of go back into you moving here in 1987. And I moved here from Canada in 1989. And I'm just wondering how, like, with regards to bringing your culture here to a vast city, and kind of when I moved here, I lost who I really was over in Canada, because I was only 18, so I was trying to fit in, and mold myself into a certain crowd, and I lost the little bits of what it was like to be a Canadian. How important was it for you to bring in your passions and your Latin roots into the community, into where you were, when you were moving countries, basically, and how did it help you to keep your culture around you?
Wow, I'm on a special case because dancing and my folkloric music comes with me. Is genetic, as you like, because my mother is the director of a big Colombian dance group, folkloric dance group. So basically, I was born within a cultural, the dancing cultural organization, and all my life since I was little, I have sombreros around the house and maracas and rehearsals and big skirts and music and drums and noise. It's been always around me. So that part is just me, it's been part of my life from forever. When I came to Europe, actually, started in France for 2.5 years. I was there for nearly 3 years. And I love the language. I wanted to be there. And my mom always said, oh, you need to learn English. English is more important, than French. So come on, go. So I came starting, and my idea was never to stay. I said I was going to do a year of English, and that was it, just to learn the language. But as usual, my folkloric background come with me. It's just, even if I leave it behind, it goes its own legs. It follows me wherever I go, and wherever I go, it's been my connection to people. Why? Because then suddenly, I met a Mexican dancer, and I started dancing with her, and we did some television programs. And then I met my dance partner, Jorge Hurtado, and with him, we started what still is, Yurupari Grupo Folklórico, which is a Colombian folkloric group that has been around for, well over 30 years. So, it's just, one thing have led to the other. And our community, when I arrived, was quite small. And we were very much in the background. It was, Colombians with Colombians in little places, in communities. And then we started to organize festivals and opening up. That we had festivals in King's Cross, help organize with Teresa Bautista. Teresa Molano now, she just organized these big festivals at Cowtown Project in King's Cross, and the community started to develop. So as I said, it have followed me, and it's been kind of the main aim of my life since. It have taken over my career at university, and I have been, it's been a pleasure, as you like, to continue that over all those years. So not like you, I am very Colombian. I live with my community all the time. I work at this moment with the Latin American house in Kilburn, and I am the cultural coordinator. I organize a lot of different events for our community. So, as I said, for me, fortunately, my culture have been around me and with me all the time, and it's been my kind of set of life. Like, who's here? Come and say hello. Come and say hello. Look who's here. This is Ariana. Look who's actually recording the videos.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. I kind of feel like I want to see like a dance move or a dance thing, but I don't want to put you on the spot. But I'm like, can we?
Come on, open the door.
I don't know if you can hear the music.
I just feel like, can we do that? I feel so excited.
Yeah.
Let's move the chair.
Do you want me to bring the speaker?
Let's do it.
Probably.
Let's do it.
I also have to dance.
We never improvise. This is all been planned.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So honor. Thank you. You said no and you didn't. I appreciate it.
She's bringing music and everything. Look at that. This is it. Salsa class. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Come on, guys, you can join us. Sit in.
There you go. Thanks. Thank you. I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna go and carry on with the class.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ariana. That was lovely. Thank you.
That made me so happy. Thank you for accommodating. I feel like
I was that close to getting up and trying.
very close. So was I, but I like constrained it. I want to take one of these classes. I always say that. So I have a question. When was the first time? First of all, my heart's beating so fast. I'm so excited because I just think like having that music and just getting up and dance feels good. So thank you again. So this is my question coming from this experience. Do you remember the first time where you heard like the note of a music, or like you did a dance movement or something where you're like, this is my passion? Like, do you have a first memory of when the dance, the song, your life calling came to you?
Wow, that's an amazing question, because it's not something that I have given it a lot of thought about. There is something that comes to my mind and came to my mind as soon as, kind of the question made sense. And maybe that was at the time when I was told not to dance.
Wow.
Cool. When I was told for my own good, this these things that parents have. And I said, do not take dance as a career, do something else, because it's a difficult career. It's a difficult choice. Don't put yourself in that situation. Come on, you're a clever girl. You can do something else. You're a strong woman, do something else. And I think at that moment, that's what it came into my mind. And it might not have been that moment that you asked me for, the first time there, but I guess it's that thing that getting to me, that sadness that no dancing brings, than the idea that I shouldn't have danced in my life because, that wasn't the career, the path that I should go through, and I should have a more secure future for me. Yeah, I think that really marked me.
That makes a lot of sense, because you don't realize how important something is sometimes until there's the possibility that you might not have it in the same kind of way. So it makes you kind of question things differently.
And to me, as I mentioned it before, it doesn't matter how much you try to say no to something that is so much part of you.
Yeah.
Then, as I said, it just followed me. I just mentioned it, it seems like they have legs. Every single time I move, I said, I'm moving to France from Colombia. I'm going to study. I'm going to learn the language. I'm going to, do this and the other. What happened to me is dance continued to follow. I was part of not one but two dance groups in France, and I learned a lot of Latin American folkloric music from Mexico, from Peru, from Argentina. I was doing tango, I was doing, lots of different other Latin American dancing. And, even then I say, no, it came with it, because it's like your destiny knows how it is, and it will always take you to the same path, which is what it belongs to you, really.
Beautiful. I love it.
Wait. I like what you both have kind of brought up about this thing about, when we kind of have this calling to dance, or what we're told not to and what we can do. And I know that from what I see, dancing is something that, one of the most popular TV shows on Saturday nights is watching people do ballroom dancing. Whenever I've gone out and been to a club and danced, I've always left feeling really good. But we're either brought up in a culture that says, you can't dance because you're not going to make a living out of it, or you can't dance because it's not cool, and we're being more conservative. And really, as humanity, as we all are, dance was always part of many cultures, and it seems to have been suppressed, especially in the West, like, in a social sense of just going down to the Elephant and Castle Hub and being able to dance is a beautiful thing. But yet so many people will walk by and go, oh, I'm embarrassed, or I'm ashamed. And I love what you're doing is just making it accessible to people just to dance and play. Isn't it a word that we like to use, Mel? Just play, and it doesn't matter what we're doing with it, just letting our body do things. And, how important do you think it is that people give themselves that little bit of support, maybe going into a dance class with a buddy or a friend, instead of, so they can encourage each other to go together?
But, whatever it is, I think you're absolutely right. And everybody knows that when you exercise, your body start to produce all these chemicals that make you feel happy, that make you feel more happy. So I think it's important that everybody takes in exercise. And there is something about the exercise with music. It's not right when you come out, and even people that go out for runs, they go out and run and they put the headphones, because it inspires them to go at a certain velocity. When you hear a certain song, you kind of go, oh yes, this is it, and I think that's the beauty of dance, is when you hear that music, then you dance. And it doesn't matter whether you are in the dance floor having a drink with your friends or your mates, or whether you are with your family having a little celebration or whatever, when that songs come out, it brings that emotion in you. Sometimes can be sadness, don't take me wrong, according to the music, but let's think about just the happy ones. And it's used to say, oh my God, I love that song. And you don't need to be a dancer to understand rhythm. Actually, we are all rhythmic. The very people in the world that are rhythmic. And often it's because they overthink the rhythm. They say, oh, I have no rhythm, I have two left legs. That's not true. Because you see them, listen to the, the song that they like, and they're going, or the feet going like that, and they follow the rhythm. They're just not thinking about it. So everybody have that emotion, that thing that pass through music. And you're right, all what you need is a little bit of courage to say, come on, let's jump in the dance floor, whether it is for a class, whether it is in a club, whether it is, with your mates, having a beer, in the garden, and then the music comes and says, hey, come on, hold hands and let's make a move. And isn't that one of the memories that many of us might have done and said, oh, it was such a great party, because we dance, because we move, because we share the music. How many couples have met in nightclubs or dancing? Just put it there. I said, "What did you mean?" And said, oh,
How did you meet your husband?
Dancing. Yes. We met in the salsa classes. He was one of my students.
Oh yeah.
Xihomara.
How unprofessional. Oh, but he's so gorgeous. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's an adult, and it was very much, and it took a long time. Let's put it this way. It was a lot of kind of liking each other before we started going out. Yes, it was lovely, and we know so many other people that have met like that. We have another friends of ours that met as well, pretty much at the same time, salsa clubs. And I'm sure they're not the only ones. There are many, many around, that happen to be doing the same.
I know it's my turn to ask a question, but I'm just stuck in the whole, your husband was your student in class. So I'm gonna,
Ask around, doesn't matter, is that?
yeah, I don't even know what's appropriate for me to ask, because I think what I want to ask is not appropriate. Sorry, Nick, are you gonna say something?
Yeah, Xihomara, I didn't know that you were a lawyer.
But I'm not a lawyer. I studied law. That's a different.
You studied law.
Yes, but like everything, I did a little bit here and there. But when things are not your passion, it takes too much effort, and it brings you sadness. It brings you frustrations. It brings you sadness. It brings you happiness, because you try to fit to society in a way that is not you, it's you fitting into a model. So imagine, a size, 14 person like I am, for example, trying to fit to an 8 size. It's painful, it's hard, it's just not right. Let's accept me as I am and let's do it. But not everybody managed to get through that, and not everybody, unfortunately, we have a lot of pressure from society. I wouldn't say, sometimes that's called parents, sometimes that's called friends, sometimes that's called there, because how many people, then are doing those kind of jobs, but actually they want to be musicians. Oh, musician? Are you a musician? Oh, good luck with that. I want to paint, a painter, because in our society, we regard, I feel that we regard success with money, success with people knowing about you, who you are. Yes, who are you is people, your Facebook doesn't have that amount of number of followers, nobody. So sometimes, unless then you are very, very, very famous in these careers as a dancer, or as a musician, or as a painter, it's a big pyramid, but the only ones that we look at are the ones at the top, which shouldn't be in reality. We should take the pyramid and look at it the other way around. Is all the beauty that is underneath that support, the top, that are actually have more value in society. And I think, that's happened to me, and that's unfortunately happened to a lot of other people.
Yeah, the top wouldn't exist without the bottom as its foundation, right? And unfortunately, so much of it's based in like inequality and like oppression and like just really like injustice, I would say. But I wanted to ask you a question along these lines. So for somebody who's like doing the job that's making the money, but their heart is not happy, they're not living in their passion and their purpose because of all kinds of expectations. If they came to you asking you for like a little bit of wisdom, of support, what would you think you would share in terms of like how to connect them back to what makes them happy, or like little things they could do to bring that back in their life?
uh, I'm one of those people that hate to advise others, because I think everybody should follow their own hearts. So I can talk about my life as much as you want to, and then people can take from that, so what they want to learn from that. So that was my own, experience in life. Okay. And then people will say, oh, should I go and be a scientist? I want to do paint. I want to be a painter. I want to, this is what I want to do. I want to be a dressmaker or a hairdresser or whatever, things sometimes people regard as no, the kind of top. Oh, right. Okay. Why not? And if anybody have a passion for something, I will support them. I would say, give yourself the opportunity to do it. Okay, you might need plan B and even plan Z. You go through all the plans in your life, but give yourself the opportunity to be who you want to be. Yeah. I certainly encourage people not to have a successful life in whatever other things they can achieve, even if they don't have that's absolutely passion. And some people are very good to have two jobs at the same time. So some people are able to kind of sing because they belong to a choir or to a group of singers, and then still be lawyers. That's not a problem. It just so. As I said, my experience is my experience, and then people will have to take and have to leave them. But I will always say, give yourself the opportunity to follow some way somehow what you love, because otherwise you're going to be a very unhappy person.
Mm.
I'm wondering, Xihomara, again, going back to when you came here, and then studying some law, and then not finding out that it wasn't your purpose or your passion, and wanting to follow your heart. But what were the struggles? Like, because a lot of people will think, is it easy to do something like that, to maybe change a career, or to not follow your path because you feel safe, in your little, oh, I've got this, it's safe. And it's really going to take some courage and a little bit of a struggle, between, going from the comfort to the, to where I need to be. So, did you struggle with coming here earlier, and maybe, with the, being an immigrant in London, and some of the hurdles that you had to overcome?
Yes, I had a lot of struggles. I mean, not only, I was a 22-year-old, not very rich student. So I have to, I have to work. I work in a sandwich shop. I clean apartments, with a friend of mine. I did a lot, whatever it was necessary to survive, that survival skills I learned at that time, when you are in the deep of problems, or when you live with the basics, and the whole of my story coming out from Colombia as a student, it was a great sacrifice for my family to help me, but I have to support myself, because putting Colombian pesos into either francs or British pounds are not very that you need huge amount of money that my family didn't have and still don't have. So, it was impossible. So I have to support myself. So struggle as a student, I guess, every person that is a student and lives somewhere else that have to do all the jobs or jobs to keep yourself alive, to pay for the rent, to pay for the services, for food, to enjoy a drink with your friends. They all know what it was. So yes, the financial ones were similar to anybody that in the situation of moving. Now, I one of the things I feel, for me personally, England was a very welcome place. I never arrived anywhere where people were either cold, or people were always happy to help me or to support me. And as I said, because I was bringing my cultures or my dancing, actually helped me to feed as a foreigner, as you like. Why? Because then I was invited to teach a couple, to do the first dance, salsa dance, even before, salsa existed. Or a Colombian was married a British man, and I have to perform the dance, the cumbia dance, the Colombian dance, in front of everyone. So it helped me to introduce my own culture, and to introduce or to get introduced into the British culture at the same time, and I was introducing my culture to them. So in that respect, I never had a struggle to fit. I never changed that much who I am. You can hear on my accent, you can see it on my house. I'm not, they never deny who I am. I am very happy. I am very Latina. I am absolutely love my accent. I don't care if people don't understand me. Just, you have to be proud of those things as well, to kind of float around. Is you start giving yourself too many, oh, but I don't speak English because I have an accent, or I don't know how to drink tea, or whether it's like use the cutlery the right way because they invite me for dinner. Then you start already, just putting yourself down. So basically, always you try to put yourself up and use what you have as and I did it always, as a way to get through as many people as I could, and to socialize and to become, a person that loved to be in Britain, because London and Britain is for me home now. Although I am very much Colombian in, who I am, I also feel British. I also feel that I am part of this society, that I'm part of this country, with who I am as a Colombian. you know, as my dancing, with my music, with my culture and my folklore, because it's a fantastic way, you know, to give it, give who I am to the culture where I am belong.
It's so beautiful. It's kind of when you were talking, I was reminded of what we were talking before around dance and like people's nervousness to dance is because we're stuck so much in our head. And when you're talking about the like not going somewhere because you don't know how to use the cutlery, I think a lot of it comes down to like the stuff, the stories we make up in our head that keep us from actually experiencing like real life, because we're just stuck. That's why I appreciate about dance because I started doing my own dance like in my kitchen after work. I put my earbuds in, whatever they're called, AirPods, and I dance and I like release so much from the day. And I also, in one of the writing classes I do the other day, actually, it was kind of stuck. Like it was just a heavy day for a lot of people. And there was like, I wasn't inspired or inspiring anyone and people weren't inspired to write. So I just put on some music and we started dancing. And then when we came back after 3 minutes of the song, we had all this energy flow and we were like, had this new breath of fresh air. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because I think it's so important. It's just a simple thing that doesn't take a lot of time. It's 3 minutes and it kind of like shakes out all the cobwebs, of the things.
Absolutely. You know what? Any advice I'd give anything is that, is to feel angry or you are sad or, you have or these dance moments that we all have, first, don't think that you're the only one. And second, put some music on, put, whatever it is from Queen to salsa, I don't mind. Put, or classical, some people like a lot, enjoy that music and just flow around the room, move your arms around, and believe me, that is the best theory, the therapy that you can have. Within minutes, the music's finished, and it's like you lighter in your feelings, lighter in your legs, and more happy.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite dance? Oh, sorry, Nick.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I'm just wondering, do you have a certain, I know you are skilled in so many areas, but do you have like a dance you always go to, a certain song or style? What is your go-to?
Oh no, I like a lot of different things. I can't I can listen to a salsa song that I absolutely love. I mean, for example, is one, what was the name? Los Hermanos Moreno is called, I can't remember the song now. I like it so much that I can't remember the song. I cannot have the melody there. Anyway, it'll come to me. But any salsa song, there's a few salsa songs that I really like, and they will, I like Joey Arroyo, I like Guayacan, things that remind me of home and feel it. But my God, you put Queen on me, and I feel as happy. I honestly kind of feel that, oh my God, and I can sing along to it. So, I love Tina Turner, for example, as well, just kind of the kind of music that I like. So I am diverse into that. It doesn't have to be. I completely adore folklore music as well. So put, some of the more kind of African sounds, a curulao or a cumbia, one of these old cumbias from Colombia, who is the original Colombian flute, it's just, I mean, the sound is amazing, and you can be flying. You feel like a bird going around just by closing your eyes, because you feel like you're in the sky. Or I have that feeling. With me. So I don't have one particular genre that do it. Obviously, maybe I am closer and I have to put you said how much English or other songs you like from the from my own Colombia. So maybe this is bigger, but because I it's where I am, is Colombian, it will happen the same to someone that is Indian, I guess, that will listen to more Indian music than I do. I love Indian music, but I don't know as much. I love Arabic music, for example. I find, some of the Arabic sounds absolutely beautiful, and the way the singing voices are gorgeous. That's mine. I'm sorry, just I just want to. Yes, I did tell you, didn't I, Nick? then I was going to have a phone call. And unfortunately, I forgot that my computer is connected
Oh,
to my telephone. So apologies about
if
that.
they call back and you need to take it, then please you're feel free to take it.
I had made arrangements for it, but
Okay.
yes, I have made arrangements for it. So hopefully, hopefully they'll be able to talk to my husband instead of me.
Okay, Xihomara, I know that you said at the beginning, it's been a year, 1 year of lockdown, and what has it been like? For a whole year, lockdown, and I know you said that you have asthma. So there's been some scares, I suppose. Like it's been a frightful time. But I know I was saying to you at the beginning too. I've not felt this low in a long time, and I know that it's because of what's going on with the world. We're all kind of getting. It's just been so long, and it's so frustrating. But what's the last year been like for you?
But as I said, it's kind of been a mixture. The first thing that happened right at the beginning of the lockdown, we were ill. Unfortunately, we were one of the first to have COVID, and that was a very scary time. Which I would nobody. We all know how difficult it is to have, and because of my asthma, it was quite hard on me. It was very, very hard, and I guess at the beginning it was very because people didn't know exactly what to do. And when you called, the numbers, it was because I don't just have some aspirin and use your inhalers, and that was it. Coughing blood, you're still alive, you're fine, basically. So it was a bit hard. But I came out. It took a few weeks. I came out of it. I think it saved me that I continued to work. So I feel for people that didn't have some kind of schedule, something that make you get up, because it is difficult. At the beginning, it was quite nice, to stay the extra time in bed, or to do the, the exercises, and to get in the bike that I bought years ago that I hardly ever use, and, all those things, because you feel like you have more time. I even, created my own vegetable patch, in the garden, which I have never done in my life, so it was, I took into a lot of things. So yeah, there's a lot of positive on it. But the longer it comes, the longer it goes, the kind of the more tired I am of it. And I think it's, more than scared anymore. I'm just tired. As you said, I'm just tired of it. I just wish I can, go and see a friend of mine today, because I want to go and hug her. It's nothing. She's not ill or anything. I just like her, and I haven't seen her for over a year, and she moved houses, and I haven't been with her, and I don't know her new, apartment, and it's all those things. I just want to go and see her. So I'm tired of not being able to do that with many of my friends. We've been having kind of smaller spots. As you remember, during the summer, we were allowed to have some people in the garden, which we did, and or to go outside and have walk with people, but only on the outside, but not in the house. So it's what is it that I have to do? Where can I invite? What can I help? What can I do? And you start to get and say, oh, come on, I got enough. No more, please. Can we get back to some kind of normality, even if the normality will have restrictions, but something that you can have a more settled set, parameters, is your line, that is your parameters, and then you can start live around it. But certainly be at home, in a quarantine all the time, no seeing or hardly seeing anyone, and just kind of allowed to go and do the shopping is not the best thing ever. Yeah, no.
Feels a bit unnatural for our soul and our heart,
Yeah.
Feels like the best medicine sometimes is so much community and just connection. And that's the thing where I think we're all like tapped out at needing it. Like at least having the options to not do something. That's what I want. For me, it's like, I don't actually want to go anywhere on a Tuesday night, but I want the option to at least say no to something. That's what's happening for me.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's just that we don't have that choice, I don't have to go and see my friend, but I want to go and see her, it's just it is important to me, to my soul, to who I am, to my social life, my relationships, that I share those moments with people. I don't, I don't mind to not to go to a restaurant, and I don't go that often to a restaurant, but I want to have, as you said, I want to have the choice as well. Tonight I'm going to go and have, whatever Italian or Turkish choice, and at the moment we don't have it.
Yeah.
You've both said the word community a lot, especially at the beginning, Xihomara. And community, it means, I mean, the word community, you just think of it as like the elephant and castle community. To me, community has meant a lot over the last 5 years of my life in particular, where really I met people who I felt accountable to. I felt like I could be vulnerable with. I felt like they could trust me, and we build these connections. And I'm just really kind of want to inspire people about who are watching this in the Elephant and Castle community, that it is exactly just that. It is a community of a lot of different people from different backgrounds, and there's so many different people like yourself have so much to offer, and I think that's something to look forward to, that I've never thought that I would look forward to. Something like, I am really, really looking forward to getting down to the community, doing some salsa dances, just chatting with people, because I'm 50 now, and you're talking about music, and I just put on like a Katy Perry mix the other day. I was just dancing around, like just being a goof, but I didn't care, nobody could see. But I just felt so good with just the movement. And I think this is a beautiful thing for people who are like us all, just struggling, is put music on, move, and look forward to the fact that we are going to be, in the next 4 weeks and 8 weeks, we're going to be able to have the one thing that community to me really means, is the ability to touch, to be face to face with people. So I think, we are coming out of it. And your energy today has just lifted me up, and the sun is coming out. I think, you really have cheered me up today, Xihomara. I can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah. Thank you. Same here. It's been a fantastic morning, to have the time with you, to talk to the community, to feel, to let them know how much I miss them. I miss my classes at the home. We just have such nice group of people coming, hello to everybody at the home. Miss you guys a lot. And I'm looking forward to be back. I'm looking forward to the classes. So yes, I think we all have to keep that in mind. It's not going to be forever. We have, I think, hopefully, we have done the worst part. And this is just the beginning, with the vaccination and with the summer coming, and, the more controlling of the illness, the more knowing about the illness as well. I think it won't go completely, but I think we can come back, as I said, to some kind of normality. And I think everybody's looking forward. Even the less sociable people in the world will be looking forward to it.
Things are exciting me that I didn't think I'd ever be excited about. And it's just because, why not? Why not? Why not try something new now?
Yeah. I remind you that I'm missing to be under somebody, I'm putting the tube, which is not really true. I don't really miss that, but I do want to put the tube again. Yes, and I'm looking forward to many other things, to friends and to family and to cuddles. I am a very tactile person, I'm a kissing machine. And I miss that. I really miss to see, my mother-in-law, and to have to kind of go, oh, we love, when I'm just to cuddle her, to give her, that's energy that you pass when you hold somebody close.
Yeah.
And I think that's an unbelievable emotion, probably as good as dancing. And I just miss that. I miss a cuddle with someone that is not my daughters and my husband, which I hope, thanks God, I still have it. And even my older daughter is not with me anymore. She moved in September to her own flat. and it's been hard. It's kind of a at that time it's natural. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of her because how amazing, she's so independent. It's great, she's working. She's successful. I'm so proud of her. But it's sad for me as a mom.
Yeah.
So she's the only one that is still, it's still hard when she comes and it's kind of and after she comes up and everything, then we risk a cuddle. But
Yeah.
it's nice. I'm missing that.
Yeah.
Xihomara, thank you so much for joining us today. We will definitely, when we can, I know Mel and I, and Mel has a pet friend named Mago who will probably come and join us. And we can come down and have some salsa with you. I'm really looking forward to meeting you face to face.
You're saying this in front of a lot of people. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get this. You're gonna hear about this again. Okay, because when we're on, I want you there, guys. Maybe in another life, I'm talking to everyone that come to the class and inspiring people to dance and to be happy through movement.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The first time I meet you, I'm going to give you a hug, and you can give me a quick little salsa dance.
I'll give you a private tuition. Don't worry. You look amazing after that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I send my love to everyone at the community, and I'm truly missing my classes, and I'm truly missing being there at the hub. And Elephant and Castle have so much memories and things to me, honestly, because my community is so strong there, and I'm really hoping to be back. I'll be back, baby.
Yes. Thank you, Xihomara. Thanks, everybody at the What's On at Elephant and Castle Facebook page. Thank you, Melissa. We will be here Thursday at 11 for another one of our gatherings. It's becoming, what is the title again, Mel?
Becoming Our Friend.
Becoming Our Friend. So we'll see you Thursday at 11. And thanks again, Xihomara. Bye, everybody.
Bye.